So, coach, I'm having problems in my relationship. What do these men want?
Well, they want many things, but fortunate for you, I took the liberty to put it in a new video series. You can catch it on my YouTube channel every Tuesday and Thursdays. And don't forget to comment, like, or subscribe.
All right, coach, let me do that now.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Love, you move too fast for me.
Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Koron Pierre, and if you don't know me, I'm a life coach and your relationship guy. Hopefully, we could work together in the future. So, on today's episode 19 in the 100 Things a Man Wants video series, today's topic is a man wants a woman who doesn't mind cleaning. So, typically, when I'm recording this series, right, I create headlines to help draw interest to the video. These headlines typically have questions that I ask, right? It's not really based on any statements that I put out there to falsely trick you and deceive you into watching the video. I'm trying to get you to just click the link because we have some good content over here. And when I make claims, it's typically positive. So I'm responding to a comment in the previous video that said that the last video of a man want a woman with low body count was misogynistic, and I was trying to understand where that came from. And maybe the person thought that based on the headline, um, the thumbnail and the title of the video, that it could be perceived to be that. So I just wanted to let you know that this video makes positive claims. I'm not here to tear anyone down, right? Another thing too, I'm just recording and reporting on the data, right? I'm not really trying to put my opinion into a lot of this stuff. These are things that are backed by, studies and the data that's out there. So I just wanted to give that little disclaimer. Now, when we talk about a man wanting a woman who doesn't mind cleaning, right, or a clean woman, right, in this episode, we're going to talk about a woman who cleans, right? But I will be visiting this concept of a clean woman because I think it's has multiple facets to it. So let's jump into it, right? Now, you know how I like to start. What does the data say, right? And first, I got this study from Sage Journals, and the title of the article was "Good Housekeeping, Great Expectations, Gender and Housework Norms." Right. So here's what they discovered. First, we do not find any evidence that men and women differ in their views of mess or its importance. This finding suggests that an explanation for the gender division of housework, which rests on gender differentiated internalized standards, may have limited explanatory power. Although it's possible that men and women react differently to mess for reasons not measured here, right? Our findings do not support the notion that these different reactions will be rooted in systematic gender differences and perceptions of mess or its importance, right? So there's no difference in the perception of mess by men and women. So there were these stereotypes that men just can't be as clean as women, or men don't, see a messy room as messy. That's not true. Like, they found that men and women, right, has the same perception of mess. If it's a mess, it's a mess. Okay, so now this leads to the unfair double standard, right? So, like I said, on this channel, we deal with data and information, not misogyny, not trying to put people down, not trying to just say that a woman is supposed to do these things and men don't have to be held accountable for the things that they're supposed to do, right? All we're saying is we're suggesting things that men want. So this is what this video series is about. And if you're here, that means that you want to know what men want. So men want a woman who doesn't mind cleaning. And now I'm just getting to the root of it so you have a greater understanding. So the unfair double standard is, on average, men tidy up for 10 minutes every day, right? But cleaning consumes a third of women's 1 hour and 20 minutes of household chores. So women spend more time in cleaning their households and doing their household chores. Why then do women clean more? Respondents participating in the study were randomly told whether the messy photo depicted in either John's or Jennifer's room. Participants, regardless of gender, held Jennifer's room, even the tidy version, to a much higher standard and we're more likely to judge Jennifer negatively. This suggests that women bear the burden of cleanliness more intensely than men, right? So men are not held accountable because women are perceived to be cleaner. And yes, that is unfair. So we know that there's an imbalance here, and no worries. I definitely want to provide some suggestions, right? So there are, oh, but before I get into that, there are two types of guys. We have the right guy and the wrong guy. The right guy is the guy who's going to commit to you. He's going to love you. He's your boyfriend. He's your husband. He's the man that is there for you. The wrong guy is the guy that wants to take advantage of you. He doesn't really care about what you got going on. He's only concerned about what he has to do and what he wants. So the reason why I'm putting this here, I put this disclaimer in a lot of the videos to let you know that when I'm talking about the guy, the right guy, or the guy who wants these things, I'm talking about doing these things for the right guy, not the wrong guy. And if you need help with that, go to koronpierre.com. I have a complimentary checklist that helps you identify these traits. So I just wanted to add this disclaimer here because I don't want a woman to be taken advantage of by this guy here who's the wrong guy. So let's move further. So here's some suggestions for clarity, right? Now, the first thing that you can do here is establish responsibility for who does what in the house, right? So I know, men are going to say, hey, they're going to look for ways to get out of cleaning because, quite frankly, men don't really care too much for cleaning. But because both of you guys live in the house together, there has to be some sort of structure, right? So first, establish whose responsibility it is to clean, the different areas of the house, because cleaning has multiple facets to it. It has taking out the trash, cleaning the bathroom, cleaning the room, washing the walls, right? Cleaning the windows. Like there's multiple things that has to be done in the house. So the first thing you could do is definitely establish who has the responsibility to clean, different areas in the house, right? So the next thing I would like to talk about is the breadwinner theory. So the breadwinner theory is the one who earns the most money and contributes the most to the household bills does fewer chores. So if you have a man who makes more money, it may be expected for you to do fewer chores, for him to do fewer chores in the house, right? And that is relative to whatever scenario the couple defines that as. If a person, or not even just a man, if you have one spouse makes all the money and the other spouse doesn't make any money, then maybe in that scenario, it might be expected for the spouse who doesn't make any money to do all of the housework, right? I'm not saying it has to be that way. Maybe in those cases, there's a maid that's hired. There is a maid that's there, right? So the breadwinner theory may apply. Maybe if you know that your man works longer hours, right? Maybe, or he just makes more money, you wouldn't mind doing the majority of the cleaning, right? So I think that also may come into play, right? Take that into consideration. Another thing I want to talk about is, and this is the most important part, the woman doesn't have to be the designated cleaner, right? And this is like by default sometimes. So a man is going to, especially if he's not the type to really, instigate and be out there and having the initiative to clean, it may be expected for the woman to pick up that slack. All I'm saying is to avoid being that default cleaner, if you that's not something that you want, right? Because some women say, hey, I'm supposed to clean the house and these things, right? And I'm doing this video to let you know that a man definitely wants a woman to do her part. A clean woman that doesn't mind cleaning. But that doesn't mean that you are the default cleaner, right? So after you establish your household responsibilities, right? You break down exactly who does what's expected, and that will ease any tension, any future toxicity that may arise, right? And just make sure you have a mutual agreement. So that's all for this video. I don't want these videos to be too long. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell icon if you hadn't already, right? And like the video so more cool people can check out this video. All right? Have a Merry Christmas. And until next time, stay blessed.